Keep in mind that I'm a little bit sick, so my voice will sound weird in this video. Dragon Ball Super episode 67 marks the end of the Future Trunks arc. Let's go. The episode starts off where we left off when Future Trunks was impaling Zamasu. For your information, this technique was not the Spirit Bomb. Goku stated that it is like the Spirit Bomb, so maybe this is Future Trunks' version of the Spirit Bomb. So before Zamasu disappears, he starts laughing. For some reason, everyone thinks it's okay. But then, after he vanishes, Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, and Future's Mind approach Trunks and congratulate him for his victory. Not short after, Zamasu turns into this reddish black smoke and spreads into the sky. In a way, you can see that as symbolism, as certain gods are born with a body and leave the body to become a higher being. So, by destroying Zamasu's physical body, Future Trunks has given Zamasu an evolutionary advantage as he has become a higher being. A being who can be everywhere at once, and this ability suits no one other than a god. Zamasu does become a being who has unlimited reach to any corner in the universe. However, as you can see in this image right here, he looks rather demonic. Okay, so we have established that Zamasu is a Kaioshin now. He's a qualified Kaioshin now. He is evil, so does that make him a Kaioshin? People are still confused about Zamasu being mortal or immortal, so I will do my best to explain it as much as I can. Mortality has to do with the body or anything that is physical. In this case, Zamasu's body is what is physical, and that has merged with a Goku who is also mortal. So the mortality only applies to his body. Since Zamasu is immortal, that means that the Zamasu, which is his conscience, will remain immortal, and that is what formed into that dark red fog which clouded the world and the universe. In order to explain immortality, you need to know what a person consists of. So a person consists of the soul or the consciousness and the physical body itself. Zamasu wished for immortality, so both his soul and his body were made immortal. By merging with someone who was mortal, it cancelled out his immortality on his physical body, and his physical body became mortal, meaning that he could die physically. That is what happened when Future Trunks impaled him with a broadsword. However, Zamasu's consciousness and his soul still existed because it was still immortal, and that is what formed into that red and black smoke which spread everywhere throughout the world and the universe. But that only leaves us with one question. If Zamasu's immortal body was mixed with a mortal body to form a mortal body, then his soul and mind, which is immortal, should also mix with Goku's soul and mind, which is mortal, thus causing Zamasu to be mortal both in soul and body, which means he should have died permanently. So this is another plot hole to add into the Dragon Ball Super plot hole book. People think that what Zamasu did is destroy just Earth, but if you take a closer look, he spread throughout Earth and then he destroyed Earth. Then he continued to spread throughout the universe, and if he does so on Earth, he can do so in the universe, and that means every single mortal in the universe will be destroyed. So pretty much Zamasu has completed his Zero Mortals plan. Goku, Vegeta and Trunks put in an effort to destroy Zamasu, who is still in the sky. However, it fails because apparently Goku and Vegeta are out of power and Future Trunks is the only one who has power, but only his is not enough. Guys, this could explain why Vegito's fusion went all wrong. So from what the information we've gotten so far, this is what the Potara does. The Potara gives you a time limit and a power reserve. Once this power is fully used, it diffuses you automatically, disregarding the time that is still left. So Goku and Vegeta are weak because they conjured up all their energy for a final Kamehameha attack, which did little to no damage to Zamasu, meaning that Vegito probably had no chance to win since he used all his energy in one attack, which Zamasu survived. But I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, and that if he had longer time, he would have been able to vanquish Zamasu without effort. Even if Vegito defeated Zamasu, the same thing would happen. He would turn into smoke, he would spread out into the universe, and even if Vegito used a Kamehameha to blow a hole into him, all he would do is regenerate since he is immortal. So the only thing to do was to press the button which Zeno gave Goku, and luckily he had the button to press, which I commend Zeno on because the button is very durable. Goku has been hit by a Super Saiyan Rose powered Kamehameha and by all Fusion Zamasu's shots, but for some reason the button still survives undamaged. Goku presses the button, Zeno appears. Zeno only asks one question. He says, "Did you do this?" And Goku said, "No, it's Zamasu." And then the camera pans to the sky to see Zamasu, and his laugh is freaky. This guy is turned into a full-on devil. So Goku asks Zeno to destroy Zamasu, and Zeno comes to his own conclusion that a world like this cannot exist. He opens both his palms and he starts to destroy the entire timeline, which, by the way, is the most awesome scene in the entire episode. Goku, Vegeta and the rest jump into the time machine and warp to the present timeline. Goku somehow manages to use the time machine to go back into the future timeline again, even though the fuel was only good for one trip. So that is another plot hole. They see future Zeno floating around. So my question is, if Zeno is the king of all and he can create everything, why did he not just undo what Zamasu created? And why did he not create a new universe? It seems like he was playing floating around in the debris, like he literally had nothing to lose. So if you are a creator god, why would you just destroy your own universe that you established? Goku takes Zeno back, and surprise surprise, the friend Goku had for Zeno was Zeno himself. I guess this arc teaches you that the only person you can bear the most is yourself, and that applies to both Zeno and Zamasu. It's funny how Goku has the most powerful being in the universe on speed dial. So Future Trunks timeline has been destroyed by Future Zeno. Future Zeno is now in the present timeline. Future Maya and Future Trunks are stuck in the present timeline. At this point, I was thinking there is no point in returning into the future timeline since it has been destroyed, so why not stay in the present timeline? However, they want to return into the timeline which consists of people which they know. So Whis decides to help them create an alternative timeline by going back into the future timeline before Zamasu even started his schemes, and to warn Beerus into destroying Zamasu before that happens. And by doing so, it will create a new timeline which Future Trunks and Maya will use the time machine to travel to. So by doing so, they will have to live with duplicates of themselves. But in that timeline, the Super Dragon Balls are still working, and Trunks can inform Future Bulma on the Super Dragon Balls since he has knowledge of them now. And Future Bulma can create a Super Dragon Ball Reader. They can collect the Super Dragon Balls and make a wish to restore the Earth as it was before the androids even attacked. That means that every single Dragon Ball Z character which died during the Android Saga will be brought back to life, along with Goku, because the Super Dragon Balls don't seem to have normal limits of normal Dragon Balls, or at least their limits have not been explained yet. Little Trunks thinks that Future Maya is sexy, and Little Maya loves Future Trunks. So hey, if they find their grown-up versions attractive, then that means that they are meant for each other, even though Maya is low-key a 50-year-old grandma. Vegeta quickly lunges at Future Trunks to show his sign of goodbye, because Vegeta is a tough character and he has to show a tough goodbye. Trunks blocks this attack to show that he has become a better version of himself than when he came for help. They leave in the time machine, and you can see that Future Maya is wearing a bigger version of the coat that Little Maya is wearing. While they are on the verge of disappearing, you can see Gohan speeding through just to meet Future Trunks before he disappears, along with Piccolo. Now Gohan has a different look. He has his original look where he looked like a fighter. So has Gohan been training with Piccolo? We don't know. Maybe because of what he heard had happened to Future Trunks, it got him to wake up once more to train so he can become a better fighter in case more threats come, because you could see his face back in the episode, whichever one it was, that he was really scared of what happened to Future Trunks. So maybe he is training to prevent this from happening in the distant future. So then Trunks makes the most important remark in the whole episode. He said that I have failed, and this is true because the whole Future Trunks arc was to protect the future, and all of that has been destroyed. So in a way, Zamasu won. He carried out his plan, he got his wish, but in the end of the day, he lost because he got destroyed by Zeno. So it's all a bittersweet ending. I just realized that Bulma stocking up supplies for everyone in the future timeline was for nothing because Zeno destroyed them along with everything else, which is quite sad. And that concludes the Future Trunks arc. What did you think of my review? Did you like it? Then hit the like button, subscribe, and switch on the notification button so you can get any video I upload straight onto your device, and check the bell button so you get notified straight away whenever I upload a video. Check out my previous video, which is question time, and give me your opinions on it so I can improve my content. Except from that, I have nothing more to say. Bye.